I'm Jasmine Erojak with the news update. Construction of the administration building for the Yanguru Mobile Barracks has begun. Member for Yanguru Sausia and Minister for International Trade and Investment, Richard Maru, happily announced this last week. Earthworks has commenced. This work will be complemented by the new fence around the perimeter of the barracks, and work on a new bore water supply system will be constructed under the supervision of Water PNG. MP Maru says the contractor is also working to complete the rest of the 45 houses for the barracks. He emphasized that law and order remains the district's priority. The key to fronting issues faced in the public service through ICT is by strengthening collaboration and research and technological advancement. National Research Institute, in partnership with the Department of Information and Communications Technology, have signed a memorandum of understanding that is currently on the mission to address the matter. This partnership will enhance research exchange initiatives, teaching cooperation, promote joint projects, and leverage resources capabilities that seek to develop solutions to address contemporary challenges in the ICT space. Through the partnership between NRI and the ICT, it paves the way for joint research initiatives, capacity building programs, and knowledge exchange, highlighted the ICT's Manager for Partnerships, Henry Konaka. Malala Secondary School, one of Midday's premier schools, finally opened its state-of-the-art Information and Communications Technology Lab, a project that was fully funded by the National Fisheries Authority under the education component of its corporate social responsibilities. NFA Managing Director Justin Ilakini was thrilled to be part of the opening ceremony as a former student of Malala Secondary and one of the 63 pioneers when the institution gained secondary status. He acknowledged the administration for the changes which have occurred and the upgrade of the school so far.
I don't see any reason why we should be going backwards in terms of the quality of education and the performance of our students in the province. To build the next leaders with the best skill sets to grow our economy, to create employment, to bring our nation to the next level. So the government is rolling out a program, getting the best students to go to the United States. Malala, let's send our people to the United States. Let's be a school of excellence. We've been a school of excellence. It's not that we haven't been a school of excellence. We have been. The late minister had a vision for education in the nation. NFA, as a government-state agency to implement policies, we will be there to help you. We will support you. Implementing our government's policies so that you students sitting down there, you'll begin to see yourself, redefine the kind of future you want for yourself. Who knows, you are the next member of parliament. If you really look at it, this school produced a lot of elites.
Former students of Sogeri National High School from 1992 to 1993 generously donated a washing machine to the Special Care Nursery on February the 21st. This act of kindness alleviates concerns about infection control, especially for vulnerable premature babies. Dr. Gamini Vali, SCN coordinator, expressed gratitude for the timely donation, which fills a crucial need outlined in their annual implementation plan. Led by Bill Moy Tao, the ex-students rallied together, inspired by the memory of a lost member, to give back to their community. The gesture reflects the enduring spirit of compassion and solidarity among the alumni, making a significant impact on the SCN and its patients. In a transformative endeavor, Kapalong village in Bans Juaka province celebrates the inaugural crafting of their own ground coffee. Supported by Australia and New Zealand through PHAMA Plus and the Coffee Industry Corporation Limited, this initiative fosters local coffee consumption, amplifies market potential, and empowers women to earn extra income by offering freshly brewed PNG coffee alongside their pastries at roadside stalls in Barnes. And in regional news, hundreds of pro-Palestinian and pro-Israel protesters have come face-to-face at a tense rally in Adelaide this afternoon. There was a heavy police presence as emotions ran high at the event of the Steps of Parliament created to call out anti-Semitism in the community.
Police stand between pro-Palestine and pro-Israel protesters.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
This afternoon's gatherings on the steps of Parliament was one of several that have been held around the country to call for an end to anti-Semitism.
We're saying that we need to be constructive in our society, we need to relate together and communicate and dialogue and work together. Very simple.
Pro-Palestine protesters attempting to drown out their message.
Long live Palestine!
We want peace, we want justice, and we want liberation for all oppressed groups. That's why we are here. This is just one small narrative of the story. We want to fight for all of humanity. All of humanity deserves to live in peace. All of humanity deserves to live in justice.
Among those speaking at the event, Liberal Senator Simon Birmingham.
Thank you for being here for the values of love, the values of forgiveness, the values of togetherness, values that are so important to our nation.
Despite heated protests from the pro-Palestine and pro-Israel groups, there weren't any major clashes, with police managing to keep the demonstrators apart. Police, though, were criticised by some in the pro-Israel group for allowing protesters to disrupt their event.
So the police knew well in advance what was going to happen, and they're doing nothing.
Peace will not come with peace and love, and we are here demanding Palestinians to be free in any means necessary.
Pro-Palestine protesters vowing to keep up their regular gatherings in the city until the war in Gaza is over.
This past week in Fiji, a place where politics, race, the army and tradition mix together in an often potent stew, the Great Council of Chiefs, an organization banished for almost 2 decades, came together to re-establish its place in modern Fiji. It came on the same week a regional body of traditional leaders, including a Maori king and princess, Samoan king and Fiji's chiefs, met on Fiji's sacred island of Bau to discuss ways of becoming more entrenched in politics and the big decisions affecting the region. This new push comes at a time when governments in countries such as New Zealand are pushing back against traditional influence, with Maori language and specific social services being abolished. Health is shaping up to be a key battleground in Tasmania's election, with both major parties unveiling plans to reform the system. Labour unveiled plans to hire more staff, while the Liberal Party says it will be effectively banning ambulance ramping.
To the podium. Liberal leader Jeremy Rockcliffe arrived to his campaign launch in style. The Premier, who called an election to try and reclaim majority government, reminding party faithful that outcome is far from guaranteed.
We are in a strong position, but we're not over the line. There's still a way to go for us to be able to restore to Tasmanians the stability and the certainty that a majority government delivers.
Health policy was front of mind, including a plan to establish a team of 10 rapid response general practitioners that can be deployed to local practices when they're needed. Perhaps more ambitious was a pledge to ban ambulance ramping.
Just last month, we announced a new protocol mandating a maximum 60-minute window for all patients arriving by ambulance to be transferred to the care of emergency department staff. Well, today, we're going further. We're going to reduce this 60-minute window to just 30 minutes, which effectively means we're going to be banning ramping.
While he addressed Liberal loyalists, Jeremy Rockcliffe's pitch was to undecided voters, those who might not normally vote Liberal. Much of his speech addressed cost of living challenges, with some policies not too different from what you might see from Labor. But a ramping ban is not an idea they share.
We need to have a comprehensive health policy that resolves this. We can't just say ban ramping and the issue will be gone. That's not how it works.
Labor has its own plans to reform the health sector. They're fighting for federal money to upgrade the state's hospitals and pledging an additional $44 million to recruit and retain more staff.
Making casual and fixed-term employees permanent, which will see those 500 workers who are currently on short-term contracts or in casual, insecure work provided with security finally.
With less than 3 weeks to go now, both parties are fielding their ideas for Tasmania's future, some more literally than others.
And that ends Midday News. More to come at 6. Bye now.